Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
Hey yo! What's going on, Miami Hurricanes fans? I tell you guys every single time that I see the end of the intro right there, when I'm up there with my Canes family, all excited as we just took down Clemson in overtime. I get goosebumps every freaking time. And honestly, one of the other big takeaways from that clip is when you hear the band kick in. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, because I don't know if listening to it through a stream, if it picks that up. But when the band kicks in and the whole squad is storming the field there, oh, literal, man, I'm telling you, like, even just talking about it. Can the camera pick that up? Let's see. Come on, show it, camera. Come on. You see that? It ain't going to. It won't focus. Your boy Coop has cold chills, man. Freaking love it. Making memories with the fam. How's everybody tonight? Yo, it's Friday. We made it. We made it, y'all. Another week down. We've made it to the weekend. That means it's time to party, have a good time. But tonight, here's what's interesting about tonight. It's funny because I don't expect nearly as many people in this stream tonight as we saw last week. We honestly had a record number in last week's stream, considering that it was an off-season stream. Because, of course, things died down a bit. You know, there's no actual football being played right now. And this is not a shot, but the reason I expect a lot less tonight is because we're focusing on the positive side of things. We're talking about the positive progress that Mario Cristobal has made with the Miami Hurricanes. We're going to talk about the negative. We're going to address it because we don't shy away from those topics here. But since the title of the stream is Positive Progress, when we're talking about the good things Mario has done, all of a sudden the numbers just drop off, which I do think is kind of funny. And the thing is I want to do this because, number one, I personally believe that the Miami Hurricanes football program is right on track. It's obviously going much slower than we would like as fans, but I do believe that it's on track, all things considered. And when I say all things considered, we'll dive deeper into those things in this stream, into how Miami got here, why they are here, and why I think they're right about where they should be. But again, it's just funny because so many people have said, Coop, you've become this guy that only focuses on the negative, and you're always yelling and screaming and talking about the bad. And it's not that that's what's happened. It's number one, things have been rough. Things have been pretty bad for Miami for many years. But the other reason why is because we don't shy away from those topics. You see what I'm saying? The reason why they get talked about a lot is because we're not afraid to talk about them. There are a lot of other people and other channels, even in some cases, that either can't talk about those things because, you know, they work with particular companies or groups, or they're just straight up afraid to discuss them. And that's why a lot of negative things get talked about here, because we're not afraid to address it. We're not afraid to dive deep. My man Day Day, what's up? Good to see you, my man. Nick Snyder, Deli Cheese. Appreciate you, bro. Sage, my man Firefighter Kane in the building. Jay Smith, Louis Vieira. Yo, we got Cypher in the building. My man Brian. We're going to make a list tonight. We're going to talk about some stuff. Like I said, we'll talk about the good and the bad. I do want to show you guys something and ask if you saw this before we get started. My man Bobby, Brian Humphrey, what's good, man? We got Nick in the building. Hey, everybody's showing love. I appreciate y'all. Justin.
We ballin', boy.
Justin. Hey, yo. Appreciate you being here. My man Doodoo. Hey, Burgos with the 38 months. Canes fam, level 2. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for the love. I did want to ask you guys if you saw the shoes, actually. Just some small talk while people find their virtual seats tonight. Did you guys see these shoes? I think these shoes are pretty sick, man. The Hey Dudes Miami Hurricanes edition. I haven't told you guys this, but I've been waiting for these. I've been refreshing the Hey Dudes website, waiting for them to drop the Miami Hurricanes edition because they have, collegiate wear. They have Clemson, TCU, Alabama. But I've been waiting for the Miami Hurricanes edition. And I saw people comment when I posted this on Twitter, and they were like, yo, Coop, you hated on the new Adidas shoes, but then you're telling me that you love these? Yeah. I love these, man. I think these look clean. They got orange on them. They got green on them. They're the right shade of orange and green. I like the orange stitching, the orange laces. There could be a little less white. There could definitely be a little less white on these. But here's why I like the Hey Dudes so much. Number one, they are comfortable. Hey Dudes are extremely comfortable if you've never wore them. Now, these aren't out yet. Real quick, my bad. These are not out yet. So if you want to be notified when they come out, I think they're dropping on the 20th. So it's going to be 4 days from now, and they're $75. So just type in Hey Dude collegiate shoes or Hey Dude Miami Hurricanes, and they'll come up. But the reason why I like these is, number one, they're super comfortable. They're slip-on shoes. You just slide them on. But here's what's funny. Do you want to know what I wear every stream? Check this out. These are my streaming shoes. And guess what they are? They're Hey Dudes. Again, it's slip-on. I don't want to stream barefoot, but I have carpet in here. So your boy Coop doesn't want to come in here and track in stuff from outside. So I don't want to wear my tennis shoes. So I wear Hey Dudes. So I'm super excited that I can be extra fly and be dripped out of my mind wearing some Miami Hurricanes Hey Dudes. So I've been waiting a hot minute for those. I've been waiting a good year and a half for some Miami Hurricanes themed Hey Dudes. So you best believe I'm excited about them. Do you guys think they're cool looking or not? Let me know. Yeah, man, absolutely. Hey, Herbert. Hey, we appreciate you watching, my man. Your dad, Doodoo, is a good dude. Doodoo's a good dude, Herbert. Hey, we appreciate Herbert watching. Now, I do have to ask you, though, Doodoo. Are you raising him to be a Miami Hurricanes fan? That's the important question here. Are you raising him right? The people need to know. This is a rare time that we disagree. You don't like the Hey Dudes? Y'all don't like the Hey Dudes. IMAX likes them. Okay. Hey Dudes, Florida born. Yep. Nike shoes are just too uncomfortable, man. They're too uncomfortable. Finally got a little respect with Josh Plate. Your video is a cyclone, not a hurricane. It's rotating the wrong way. Yeah, we had to jump through some hoops to avoid some copyright things with the intro. Mob, yep. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, Stan. Yeah. So we're going to dive in tonight. Like I said, I want to talk about the positive progress that Mario Cristobal has made with the Miami Hurricanes, but we'll also touch on some of the negatives and things as well. So without further ado, let's stop playing around. Let's dive right in. I don't really know how I'm going to exactly approach this tonight. I've made some little images to pull up to share with everybody to kind of help help me give some extra context, I guess, so you have a visual to see, so it's not just me talking the whole time, me talking the whole time. But I might end up making some videos about this stuff because I don't think I can cover it all in a live stream. I'm going to get too distracted. So right out of the gate, I just want to quick fire some stuff that Mario Cristobal has done for the University of Miami, this football program, and how it is positive. Number one, right out of the gate here, Miami did beat an SEC team, Texas A&M, and that is something that Miami had not done in a decade. It had been 10 years since Miami had done that. Now, I realize there are going to be some counter arguments, and people are going to say, hey, Jimbo ended up getting fired, after that season, and Texas A&M was overhyped and overrated and this and that. But it still does not change the fact that no other Miami Hurricanes coach had beaten an SEC team in 10 freaking years. 10 years. So it is kind of nice that Mario Cristobal was able to do that. Now also, Mario Cristobal was able to beat Clemson for the first time since 2010. That is 13 years. And it happened with the freshman quarterback. Now, again, as I said, Coop, Miami went 7-5. Nobody cares that they beat an SEC team and beat Clemson for the first time in 13 years. Overall, yes, when looking at the entire picture, you're right, 7-5 was not a successful season, but it is still showing some positive progress. We played Florida State within 7. We beat the SEC team. We beat Clemson, and we played a freshman quarterback. These things are all showing signs of what? Trending up. Positive progress. Slowly. Much slower than what Canes fans want, but positive progress. Let me ask you guys a question. I didn't plan on asking this early, but let's go ahead and do it. Do you think it would be wise to buy stock in the Miami Hurricanes football program right now? And I ask that because right now would be sort of a buy low, sell high sort of scenario. 5-7, 7-5, that's only a small step forward. If you were buying stocks, if this is the way it worked, you bought stock in a football program, would you be willing to buy stock in the Miami Hurricanes football program today? Come on, let me see some interaction. Would you buy stock in the Miami Hurricanes football program today? Flash sale right now. Get it while it's down. Buy low, sell high. Are you buying into it or not? Yes or no? Would you or would you not? David Bray, thank you for the sub, my man. I appreciate that. So Bobby says yes. A Burgos says 9 wins. That's about where I'm at. I'll abstain from that opinion respectfully. Oh, fair. I respect the yes. Of course, says Brian. Mob says yeah. Okay. Vieira says yeah. Crip, yeah. If you say no, it's fine. It's just a question. I just want to see. Of course, Mario, don't get no credit. Look what this man did to Oregon. We're going to talk about what Mario did at Oregon, and we're going to talk about what Mario Cristobal did with Justin Herbert, because I did some more research on this, and it actually kind of surprised me a bit. And like I said, I'm going to give you guys some visuals so we can discuss it. Okay, so Marquis says yes. Reese says no. Dan says heck no. Okay, Mob Jones, 11 wins. Oh, okay. Accurate. Okay, yes, sir. All right, so you guys would buy stock in the Canes. I'm going to be real. I think it would be wise to do that right now because, as I said, I do think that Miami is trending up. Now, Mario also did get the number 1 ranked transfer portal quarterback in Cam Ward. I fully understand that doesn't equal guaranteed wins. We've not even seen Cam Ward in an official Miami Hurricanes jersey yet. He's not suited up in a practice jersey. He's not taken a single snap during the spring. However, Many teams were fighting over this guy, and Mario Cristobal was able to pull him in and make it happen. That is definitely a positive check for Mario. And that kind of goes into his ability to recruit, which everyone knows Mario Cristobal is no slouch when it comes to recruiting. I don't think really anyone even debates this. But as I said, I want to provide some visuals tonight because the emphasis is the positive progress that Mario Cristobal has made with the Miami Hurricanes. And we got Katie in the building. I know Katie will want to argue this, and I'm here for it. I am here for it tonight. Okay, so Katie says 8-4. So I want to talk about the recruiting here for just a moment, though, because I want to give you a visual to compare with some of the previous coaches within the program here. So I said we were going to make a list tonight, and I'm here to deliver. So let's do it. So let's start with Mario so we can compare. Let's do this. Let's go all the way back to Al Golden. So, oh boy, this is going to get interesting. Okay, let's start. I'll make it quick. Al Golden, 2011. Miami had the number 33 ranked recruiting class. 2012. Miami had the number 10 ranked recruiting class. 2013, number 14. 2014, number 12. And this actually kind of surprised me. I didn't realize that Al Golden was recruiting like this back in the day. And 2015, number 27. But here's what's interesting. Under Golden, Miami had one top 10 class. One top 10 class under Al Golden. Let's fast forward to Miami's next coach. Put a little line. Mark Richt. 2016. He had the number 22 ranked recruiting class. Now, like I said, everybody knows Mario recruits pretty well, but I want to give you a visual. 2017, number 12 ranked recruiting class. 2018, number 8 ranked recruiting class. What else do we notice here in Mark Richt's time? One top 10 class. All right. Let's go ahead. Divide this out. All right. We then move on to the Manny Diaz era. How did Manny Diaz's recruiting look? 2019, the number 27 ranked class. 2020, COVID year, number 17 ranked. 2021, almost broke the top 10, but got number 11. So under Manny Diaz, no top 10 class. And before you downplay recruiting, actually, let's do Mario and then we'll talk about it. Let's do Mario and then we'll talk about this. Mario Cristobal. 2022. Now, he did kind of have to salvage this class here. Remember that in 2022, Mario had very limited time. They kind of pushed Manny out real quick. I believe Manny was even out recruiting at the time. And Mario Cristobal did what he could in the limited time. We're not making excuses for him tonight, but I'm just saying. Number 16. 2023. Number 7. And 2024. Of course, we're going to go over to the next page, aren't we? Number 4. So then, what do we notice about so far in 3 years under Mario Cristobal? Here's what's interesting. Number 7 ranked recruiting class. After going 5-7, and number 4 ranked recruiting class after going only 7-5. So we look at, and also two top 10 classes. So this is just really interesting if you look at the visual here. Golden 33, 10, 14, 12, 27, one top 10 class. The miracle season we have with Mark Richt in 2017, 22, 12, 8, one top 10 class. Here's what I like about this. Hey, Chris. Hey, Monica. Here's what I really like about this. Everyone is going to argue, okay, but Coop, hear me out. None of this recruiting means anything if it doesn't equal results, if we don't see wins on the field. But you cannot argue that recruiting is not important. Am I right or am I wrong? It's not everything. It's only part of the equation. But aren't the majority of the teams that are consistently competing for national championships bringing in high-level recruiting classes? Aren't they? So what I'm saying is this is positive progress for the Miami Hurricanes football program to have two top 10 classes under Mario Cristobal so far after going 5-7 and 7-5. Do you see what I'm saying? So what you would hope here, what you would hope is that the positive progress here and consistency in recruiting will have to eventually lead to more wins on the football field, right? We're hoping. But I just thought it was interesting to be able to see this and actually compare them, see if we can get more of them together. Just to kind of take a look back over, take a look at the previous coaching staff here. Maybe I can make it a little smaller. Over the past few coaches, Golden had one top 10 class. Rick had one top 10 class. Manny had no top 10 class. Mario comes in and already has had two top 10 classes. So basically we're going to a fancy looking restaurant with shitty food. Yeah, but eventually they're going to read the reviews and they're going to have to improve and get better, right? Because here's what's funny. I have some other visuals that I'm going to show you guys. Coop, I am late. Do we have people complaining about recruiting or saying that recruiting does not indicate the direction the program is heading? So there are people that are saying, Chris, and this is why I wanted to start the video with this. I have a lot more stuff I'm going to show tonight, Chris. I've got a lot of little graphs and images and things I've made for everybody to look at. I'm seeing a lot of people who are saying there is no positive progress with Mario Cristobal. That it's only negative. It's only bad. There is nothing good about Mario Cristobal in him being at Miami so far. And I'm here to squash that because I do think there are plenty of positives and I do think the program is trending up. And I'm just going to be real and I'm going to be blunt for a second. I believe that it's just going slower than what most people would like, which is completely understandable. But I think what's happened is a lot of Canes fans, let me go full screen for this. Oh, gosh. I think that a lot of Canes fans have unrealistic expectations given the history of what's happened at Miami. And what happened is they hyped themselves up with Mario Cristobal and got their feelings hurt when we went 5-7 and 7-5. And now a large portion of the fan base is butthurt. Straight up. I'm mad too. I am not content with winning 5 games or 7 games. But I've said that I do think that the program is on track given everything that has happened in the past. Let me jump. I'm getting so ahead of myself, but we have to talk about it. I'm going to show you the visual that I'm talking about here. And I call this mid-Miami. That's right, I'm saying it. Mid-Miami. I'm sorry, Chris. I got to remove your comment for a second, Chris. Just like we looked at the recruiting rankings going all the way back to Al Golden, all the way back to 2011. Because, again, people are going to say, okay, Coop, I don't care about the recruiting. I care about wins. And Mario's not getting it done. What people are forgetting is everybody's putting 2 decades worth of expectations on Mario Cristobal. And guys, I'm not making excuses for him. I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to be realistic. And the reality is Miami has been mid for a long damn time. And the point I'm trying to make here is it's very hard to recover from that, and it takes a while. People say, well, this program, such and such coach came in and he worked the transfer portal, and year one, he went here and did that, and they went to the conference championship and they accomplished this. I'm going to be honest, I very rarely compare Miami to any other program because I personally feel like Miami has been on maintenance mode for a long time. Maybe the gamers out there can understand when you compare that to MMORPGs. Miami has been on maintenance mode. And now, finally, they are investing fully into the program. NIL obviously is going to help because Miami can, be a leader in that department. And I'm optimistic about things, but it is tough to recover from. Let's look at this. What was Al Golden's record at Miami? 6-6, 7-5. Whoa, 9-4, tied for second place in the Coastal, the trash-ass Coastal. 6-7, 4-3, because, he got canned early after that absolute beatdown by Clemson. These are all mid records, are they not? 9 wins, sure, but 4 losses if you count the Russell Athletic Bowl. Golden was on probation. Well, again, no excuses, right? No excuses. This is all mid. This is all mid. There's no national championship in here. There's no ACC championship in here. That's mid. Okay, well, we didn't like Golden anyway. Orange tie, out of style. Nobody rocks an orange tie. That's just silly looking. Okay, Mark Richt. Mark Richt is the example, in my opinion, where this did show the difference in bringing a guy in that is a pretty top-tier head coach. Some are going to argue that that's not the case. But Mark Richt went 9-4, 10-3 in 2017, which was the special season, the Cardiac Canes. But then Miami went to the ACC championship game, and you saw the difference in a program that had been, guess what, recruiting at a high level for a very long time, far longer than Miami, and had been winning bigger games for far longer than Miami had been. You saw the difference in experience with the coaching, amongst the players, with the talent level. It showed the difference here, right? And a lot of these games, even at 10-3, again, were very close. This was a product of Mark Richt being a good coach, and he was good at scheming and having the team prepared to play. But then the fall off happens, and then Miami goes 7-6. At the end of the day, based on the majority of Canes fans' expectations, this is all mid. There's no ACC championship in here. There's no national championship in here. This is mid. Right? Okay, well, Coop, Mark Richt, it was about time for Rick to retire anyways. He ended up retiring after this. He got a little sick. He moved on. He was washed up there towards the end. Well, let's take a look at the Manny Diaz era. Okay. 6-7, 8-3, 7-5. Mid. No conference championship. No national championship. Nothing great happened here. My point being, we're talking about how Mario Cristobal needs to meet this standard, this Miami standard. And we're putting those 2 decades worth of expectations on Mario. As I said, no excuse. You have to coach at a high level. You have to have the team prepared. You need to win. But my point is, it is going to take a bit. It is a slow, gradual climb for Miami. We don't have the luxury of Mario Cristobal coming in and we win 10 games in the first year. and then we make a playoff run. Miami has been on maintenance mode and been mid for a very long time. And obviously I could go back even further than this, but I ran out of room. My argument is not to be negative and talk bad about Miami. It's just me saying that it's going to take a while. It is. And for me, even though my opinion is not the only one that counts, and I don't speak for the entire fan base, I knew that's what we were going to get with Mario Cristobal, and those have been my realistic expectations and my mindset. Go back and look at all my walking and venting videos. They said, okay, I'm pissed. I'm mad that we're not winning more, but it's going to take a little bit longer. Fans aren't going to be happy about that, but it is what it is. And I said, okay, we've got to be patient. It's going to suck. It's going to be rough, but let's get some consistency and stability with this coaching staff. Let's get the same OC, same DC. Let's have them for 3 years, and then let's evaluate. Let's get a baseline. Because here's the thing. Here's where we talk about some bad. Mario messed up his first set of coordinator hires. Trash. Absolute trash, and there is no excuse for that. He does not get a pass for 5-7 in 2022, even if we want to point the blame at Gaddis and Kevin Steele, because Mario Cristobal is the head man, and what everyone talked about was that he has this extensive interview process. Oh, it takes hours and hours to interview with Mario Cristobal. He really makes sure that he has the right guy. Well, the baseline with Gaddis and Steele, because that's what I like to do, get 2 coordinators, then you get a baseline for where you stand. The baseline was 5 wins. 5 wins. We now have a baseline, aka a starting point, with Dawson and Guidry, which is 7 wins. I don't do a whole lot of comparing between 2022 and 2023. We have our baseline with Dawson and Guidry. Now we retain them. We have some consistency. And now we take another step forward in 2024, which realistically would be around 9. And hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised and we win double-digit games in 2024. But again, I always tell people, for your own sanity and being real, given Miami's history and our past, because we've been irrelevant for forever, remember that it's typically small steps. It's going to be a slow, gradual climb, and that's my point. 9 wins would be acceptable this year. Did we accomplish the end goal? No, because that's a national championship. Anything less than that, you didn't reach the end goal. But is that a failure? No. Because it's positive progress. Miami is moving forward. You continue to stack the talent. Here's the thing. You are not going to escape Mario Cristobal's poor game and clock management. That is who he is. The man has been a head coach, I believe, in college football for around 13 years. If any Miami fan believes that Mario Cristobal is just going to flip a switch in 2024 and he's going to win the award for best time management head coach of the year, it ain't going to happen. He is literally not that guy. He's just not. He's not. We've seen it. He's had 13 years to figure all that out. It comes with the package. It's part of it. I'm sorry. It just is. Just how bad do you think the culture of the team/players was prior to Mario? How much of the last 2 years was just removing the cancers and the players? It was absolutely terrible. People don't understand that when I say the program was on maintenance mode, this is the most blunt I've been on a stream in a while. More than half the people in that room did not give a shit about Miami Hurricanes football. If you think I'm lying, I don't care. They did not give a shit about the Miami Hurricanes football program. They were fine with being on maintenance mode and coasting. Do you know how difficult it is to turn that around after years and years and years of that? It's not easy. Now, like I said, Mario Cristobal is not blameless in this. He messed up year one with Gaddis because Gaddis was not a fit in more ways than one. Gaddis, literally, you guys heard the locker room stories, correct? Gaddis's offense was terrible. It wasn't really a Miami fit, you know? He tried to run what they were doing at Michigan, and it just didn't work. But he wasn't a fit for the South Florida area, period. Nobody liked the man. Nobody liked Gaddis. I honestly think that Gaddis should win some sort of award for tricking Mario Cristobal. Honestly, I don't know how he pulled it off in that interview. He pretended to be someone that he wasn't in that interview. I don't know how he did it. And honestly, I told you guys, Kevin Steele, washed up old man that could not relate with any of the players. Old man. You don't believe me? How much longer did Kevin Steele coach after he left Miami? Wasn't it one season? And then he retired? So he would have been gone. We would have been looking for a replacement DC anyways, even if Kevin Steele had stayed. So to an extent, Mario Cristobal literally had to hit the reset button after year one. We've already talked about it. So now we have a baseline for the Dawson-Guidry combo. I'm not downplaying the importance of position coaches. Obviously, that's important, but your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, that's going to be the face of your offense and your defense. Plus, you factor in the main man, the head honcho, Mario Cristobal. That's going to be the three names that people are talking about. Still might have retired due to Saban. Maybe still a washed-up old man, not downplaying his accomplishments. Terrible fit at Miami. Mario Cristobal brought in a big name who had won the Broyles Award, right? Exactly, Toxic Fart. And he brought in someone on defense who was a proven, experienced guy. And it was a failed experiment, and it didn't work. You guys all know that Lane Kiffin was my first choice for a new head coach. When they were trying to find someone to replace Diaz, I was all aboard the Lane train. I had the little sound effect and everything. Choo-choo! All aboard the Lane train. And here's why. Here's why I wanted Lane. I felt like if Miami brought in Lane Kiffin, by year 2 or 3, Miami would have an ACC championship. But then he would be gone. Lane Kiffin would have been 5 years or less, and he would have been gone. But here's why I wanted him. Miami fans are desperate. Miami fans want to win now, and every fan base wants to win now, but Miami fans have tasted greatness before. We're known for being a very harsh fan base, are we not? So if Lane came in and would kind of quench that thirst, and then he would bounce. And long term, this would not have been for the best. It would not have been the best solution for the program. It honestly wouldn't have been. But most people would say, you know what? If a guy wants to come in here and win at the very least an ACC championship in year 2, and then year 3 it's just kind of okay, and then he bounces, sure, I'll take that. Sure. Now, the reason I'm even bringing this stuff up, because it doesn't matter, right? Mario Cristobal is the head coach. With Mario, you are getting a long-term guy. This is someone that they're invested in. This is someone that minimum, before he even gets a true performance review, we're talking 5 years. And you know, the fan base and people deep within the program are infatuated with people that have ties to the program. Mario Cristobal played at Miami, so of course they want him. They're going to give him time. Mario has always been, and it's always been known, that he is the long-term guy, the guy who was coming in knowing that the program was on maintenance mode. He's going to scrap everything and build from the very bottom up. And he's hoping that this thing will turn into, long-term consistent success. But doing it that way, it's not been proven yet, and he's not accomplished jack diddly squat yet. But that's the idea of how he wants to run this. Not a quick, he attacks the portal and stuff. But he's not going to come in and put a Band-Aid and make a run for an ACC championship, and then the next year Miami goes 5-7. Because then it's time to fire, right? He wants to get it to where it's 5 and obviously he wants to start quick. He would have rather won double-digit games year one, but I'm just saying. 5-7. This is what it would probably look like. 5-7, 7-5, 9-3, 11-1, and then Miami's making a run. And then what they would like, consistent high-level recruiting, because if we can recruit consistent top 10 classes with 5 and 7 wins, we better be able to do it with double-digit wins. And then it's continued runs, right? We're in there, always in the talks, expanded playoffs. Like year after year after year. None of this up, down, up, down. Oh, we won 10. Yes, let's go. And then we win 5. So like I said, I kind of wanted Lane because it would have been that Band-Aid, and it would have eased fans off a little bit. But that's not where we're at, and this is what we're getting. I've not even been reading the chat. My bad. Hold on.
This is what it takes.
Well, I'm 30 and I hardly remember a successful season. Fair.
Co-op, sadly I got differed from Miami, so I think I am going to Oregon. But when I'm back home, I will come to at least one game, so let's try and plan which game we go to next year and see if we can link up.
All right. Hey, let's make it happen. Daytime Cheese, let me sit you atop your throne here, man. I appreciate you, bro. I don't want people coming in here. I'm getting pissed even thinking about it. I don't want people coming in here calling me a Mario Cristobal apologist, or Coop is in here. Somebody paid off Coop and they want him to say good things about Mario Cristobal. These have always been my thoughts. Always. I've been very open about it. I am one of the people probably on here that is more critical of Mario Cristobal. Am I not? I'm the one who does the walking and venting. I'm the one who did a thumbnail on my walking and venting his first season holding a trash can. And I said year one under Mario Cristobal was a complete, utter failure. I'm not drinking any Kool-Aid. See, that's what I'm saying. That's not at all what I'm doing. But what I'm trying to tell you people is that most likely this is going to be a slow, gradual climb. And if we by chance maybe get lucky, we can jump ahead a little bit quicker than some people expect. But I'm trying to provide some background. Talk about past coaches and their recruiting, past coaches and their records, how invested, or really rather not invested, people behind the scenes were in with previous coaches. It is going to take time, and people are tired of talking about it. I understand. I am too. But you got to be real with this thing. You got to be real with it. I also wanted to talk about Mario's reputation of being a quarterback killer. Now, where did this come from? Is the quarterback killer thing all about Justin Herbert, or does it go beyond that? Can anybody answer that question for me? Is it all about Justin Herbert and his time at Oregon under Mario Cristobal, or is it deeper than that? Can somebody fill me in? I'll wait a second. Because I'm going to blow your mind with something. Oh, no, I know, Spiratics. I know, bro. I know. Steve, I appreciate you, bro. Payment for defending Mario. Now defeat me. Hold on. Let me get Steve up here. Because all over Twitter, the only thing I see about Mario Cristobal is he's a quarterback killer. Why would Cam Ward go to Miami? He's a quarterback killer. Quarterbacks go to a Mario Cristobal team, coach team, to kill their career.
To where you
on the side of your helmet.
I actually think Mario is the most far ahead of any of the past 6 coaches we've had because he is creating a great foundation for the future with these recruiting classes.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Payment for defending Mario. Now defend Manny skull 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 skull.
Mario is, or Manny was a nice guy who cared deeply about the program. Oh, Chris, we ain't even got to all the good stuff yet. I appreciate you, Chris. I'm going to keep diving in. So here's the thing. Everyone says Mario Cristobal is the quarterback killer. Now, Chase says no, he's not. Okay. Here's what I want to talk about. So Mario Cristobal, and I'm posing this as a question. I'm not stating this as fact necessarily. I'm asking the question for those that say Mario Cristobal is the quarterback killer. Mario Cristobal coached Justin Herbert for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, 2018 and 2019. Now, what's interesting here is Herbert was coached in total by 3 different head coaches. I don't think he started all that time, but he's been under 3 different head coaches. Under Mario, when Mario was at Oregon, Justin Herbert was learning his 3rd offense. 3rd different offense while he was at Oregon, whether it was starter or not the entire time, his 3rd offense at Oregon with 3 different head coaches. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar at all? Tyler Van Dyke had 2 different head coaches and 3 offensive coordinators during his time at Miami. I think this is a situation where it was just unfortunate for Mario, where the quarterbacks that he had that had the experience and ended up being the starters at the programs he was at were dealing with already having to have learned multiple offenses, and they'd been under different head coaches. But what I do find funny about Herbert, and why I'm asking you guys, because I didn't follow Oregon super close. Justin Herbert went 9-2 his first year under Mario Cristobal, 12-2 second year, and they won the Rose Bowl, and Herbert was the offensive MVP. Justin Herbert is also currently in the NFL. He was drafted in the 1st round, 6th overall, and the 3rd quarterback. So the man ended up in the NFL, which is what 99% of the players' dreams are. Offensive MVP in the Rose Bowl. Went 9-2 and 12-2 under Mario. What is the actual argument for quarterback killer? Tyler Van Dyke was washed, man. It didn't matter who came in here. After having 2, 3+ offensive coordinators and your mental game is shot, watch Tyler Van Dyke at Wisconsin. I do not think he will be super successful. I think, and he's not a terrible quarterback. He's playing Power 5 football, bro. Tyler Van Dyke is not a terrible quarterback. But Tyler Van Dyke was not going to succeed, in my opinion, in 2023, no matter what. I think that Canes fans crowned him a little bit too early. I was guilty of doing that early on as well. And I think he was just okay. So once again, I will ask the question. Where does the reputation of quarterback killer come from? Is it pissed off Oregon fans because he left? Is it Miami fans that crowned Tyler Van Dyke too early, and now they say that Mario ruined him? When really we're dealing with the situation where they had different OCs, different quarterback coaches, different head coaches, and it made it really tough for them. It really did. And Justin Herbert was able to mostly handle it because the dude is the starting quarterback for the Chargers now. So he was able to take care of business and overcome it. Unfortunately for Tyler Van Dyke, he was not able to do so. Does that all fall on Mario? Does that earn him the title of quarterback killer? I don't think so. So I'm very confused. And again, that was the big argument with the Cam Ward stuff is why would he go to Miami to play for the quarterback killer? And I continue to ask, Where is this coming from? And no one will answer it for me. So where? I'm asking. I'm literally begging someone to answer. Right? I think TVD was cooked, man. I agree, Day. No, TVD was just, it was an unfortunate situation. Do you want to know what ruined Tyler Van Dyke? Do you want to know what ruined him? The University of Miami as a whole. They let him down. We were too quick to bring in different coaches, and he was not able to handle having so many different guys, critique his throwing mechanics, his footwork. He was not able to overcome that. Is Dan Lanning a better game day coach than Mario? Probably. I have been very vocal and said that you get what you get with Mario Cristobal when it comes to game day coaching and clock management. That's something that's part of the package, and we will have to deal with it as long as he is at Miami. We have to hope that if we're going to be guaranteed to drop at least one game every season due to Mario Cristobal's game day coaching, then we better be winning 11 outside of that. So then we end up being 11-1. You know what I'm saying? So this year, Mario has to prove himself. I would expect probably 8 or 9 wins. 8 or 9 wins. Because what I am going to have circled, as much as this sucks, here's where it's not the perfect scenario for Miami, and it's kind of a tough pill to swallow. I want to see year 3 with the same offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Now, unfortunately, we're in year 2 with Dawson and Guidry, but then now we have Cam Ward. Will Cam Ward be the savior and actually live up to the hype of the number 1 transfer portal quarterback? That's yet to be determined. We don't know that yet. But I wish that if he is going to be pretty good, it would have landed on the 3rd year with Dawson and Guidry, because we don't know what 2025 is going to look like. Is it going to be a battle between like Jakari, Emery, Judd, and Poffenbarger and any other recruits that come in? Or is it going to be another transfer portal guy that they bring in? But year 3 with the same OC and DC is what I would have circled, and that is when it has to be double-digit wins. Has to be. In 2024, as much as I want to make a run, and I'm hoping so, I'll still probably be 8 or 9 wins. I'm just being real with you guys. Like I said, realistic. Realistic back here. I'm not taking into account 20 years of disappointment and being depressed over this program. I don't apply that. You have to step back and say, let's look at this thing since he's been here, and let's look at where the program was before he got here, which was the garbage can. Absolute mid, trash, doo-doo, dookie. It just was. And there were, like I said, there were flashes. But at the end of the day, those flashes don't matter if there's no consistency there. And when those flashes end up being making it to the ACC championship, but then getting demolished. I don't really care about that. Honestly, I don't. It was more embarrassing. Really?
You on the side of your helmet.
You opening up phone lines today, Daddy?
Maybe.
I'm bored in a hotel in Montgomery.
Oh, at the hotel, huh? Hey, his man Steve. Let me bump you up. Thank you for the 5, bro. I'm going to answer some of the questions. We might open up the phone line. Maybe what I need to do is open up the phone line and ask you guys if you're more positive or negative about the season going into 2024. Because I am positive, and by positive, I'm saying 9 wins, and that's positive for me. It is. It's going up. That's fair. I agree, Inked Kane. And that's why I think what kind of got this going, because I saw people say, oh, well, Coop's he's yelling and he's cussing. What's going on? Like, he doesn't normally do this. It's because people were saying last Friday, that I was drinking the Kool-Aid. And I'm here to tell you, not even close. I'm not even snorting the Kool-Aid. I'm not even sniffing it. But I am optimistic about where the program is headed, and I just am that person that believes it will be a slow, steady climb. That's just what that's what I firmly believe. And like I said, my opinion doesn't carry any more weight than anyone else. But it's just so many people are getting their feelings hurt because they say 12-0 every single year, and then come November or December, they're pouting. They're pissed. I'm not renewing my season tickets. Screw this. I'm throwing my jerseys in the trash. Why do I even care about this program? And you're setting yourself up for it. You're not taking into account how long it's been a trash-ass program. It really has. You're living in the glory days, and you want it to be that, and I do too. But be real. Be real. And be positive. I'm positive. I'm just honest, and that's what I think happens, and maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised. Then we can all celebrate and all of us have fun. Don't snort the Kool-Aid powder. I'm not. What if there is no ACC to host a championship? Oh, well, we do all need to get out, Nick. I do agree that we all need to get out. Well, let me catch up on some of the comments and stuff here real quick, and maybe we do open up the phone line. Is Emory able to practice? I think that's still up in the air, Nick. I do think they would be careful with that because, it was his non-throwing arm. But, I mean, when you have Cam in that room who's going to be given the keys, the obvious starter, you have Reese, who is a baller. That dude's going to try to push for that number 2 spot. You have Jakari. There's no need to rush Emory, in my opinion, because you wouldn't want to get that guy re-injured. I have a feeling they're going to have him doing some stuff, but I don't know. He obviously probably isn't going to take any hits. And I don't know how much they incorporate him into practice when there's bodies there. You know what I mean? At least compete for your conference. And they need to. So the U has to overcome Mario's lack thereof with talent. To an extent, yes, it is a hurdle that Miami has to fight every single year, that they have to try to get over. Yeah, Mario Cristobal and his coaching. That will not change. It will not take a giant leap. That is what it is, and I factor that in when I'm talking about my realistic predictions and expectations going into the season. Is Mario Cristobal's piss-poor game and clock management? Yes, it is. It's wild to me that some of this fan base wants to see Mario fail so they can say, see, I told you so, wasn't the guy. Man, like I said, I have his back. I support him. I'll be harsh and critical, but I do support him, and I do like the approach. He's not taking the Dabo approach of we're not attacking the transfer portal. I think that's just nonsense. They're going to get left behind if they try to do that, in my opinion, and that's what it looks like they're doing. But Mario Cristobal is saying my primary focus is bringing in guys in recruiting, young guys. We bring them in as freshmen. They hopefully stay here 3-4 years, and they are Miami guys. We're building it from the ground up. And Dabo, but he's willing to supplement, to try to provide some instant success, to provide some much-needed depth in some areas, that maybe we're a little thin. So I like the approach. I do like the approach. But as I said, when I talked before about when Mario Cristobal got hired, I said, what we have to worry about is the fan base going to give him enough time with what his approach is to the Miami Hurricanes football program. Maybe we get lucky, but in most cases, that's not going to happen. It's just not given the history of the last 20 years. You're not going to see that instant, quick success. So will Miami fans be patient enough and be willing to give him enough time while still also holding him and everyone else accountable? I'm not saying to not be critical. Go on rants on Twitter and tag him. I don't care. Do it. But we need consistency, stability. Got to give him time to build it up. And it is going to be a slow, steady climb. It is. And we did. The University of Miami failed TVD. They put him in a really tough spot. And it's honestly unfortunate. Like I said, I think that he got crowned a little too early, but it is unfortunate. He was not going to succeed given the circumstances. He just wasn't. The U has the money, which is why I'm also thankful for all this NIL stuff, because Miami can compete in this NIL world. They can. And I know you want him to, Duck. I mean, Miami's your team. Miami's your team. And I love that you're super critical. I love it. Coop keeps it real. He's no Kool-Aid slurper. Want to see Kool-Aid guzzled? Head on over to Locked On Canes. Hey, I love Alex Dono. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of Alex. I mean, I got to pick with Alex at Caneswear when we went down to it. But there is a reason why when I have been approached by various different networks, why I have always turned them down. And it is because they told me there are things you can and cannot say when talking about Miami. And I said, I will not do that. I won't. I'm not accusing anyone else of doing that. I'm just saying that there's no way. If I'm going to talk about Miami Hurricanes football, I have to be willing to voice my true opinion, whatever it is. So I get really irked when people say Coop is just trying to ride the negative train for views, or Coop is trying to gas up the team because he brings players on and he doesn't want to talk negative. I always give my real opinion. Always. However I'm feeling. And sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's in the middle. It just is what it is. But I can't do that. There are those programs that say, hey, okay, we'll get you media credentialed. Like, you can go to the interviews and you can do this. And I was approached by Locked On Canes many years ago. I told them no. Because they said, okay, no matter what, if you're going to do it, you can't do the diss tracks. You cannot openly trash the head coach. You have to be vague about it, and it has to only be constructive criticism. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Coop and Doug at Caneswear. Yep, I still got the pic on my phone. Still do. 2022 was awful for TVD too. Injuries everywhere, and the offense was a mash unit. It was just terrible all around. Terrible all around, man. PS5 or Xbox? I don't know yet, man. I'll definitely be firing up College Football 25. I don't know if I'm getting PS5 or Xbox yet. I'm still trying to decide. I'm just going to dig out my 80s, 90s VHS tapes and pop them in my VCR and watch some real Canes football. Yeah, man, can I be real? Miami will never be that again. And what I mean by that is I don't think that Miami can be consistently that dominant just because the college football landscape has just changed too much. Things are different. And I hate that I didn't get to experience most of those days. Not saying Miami can't win the conference again. Not saying that they can't win a national championship. But to that extent, no. I don't think so. The big question is wide receiver and depth at defensive back. What are my thoughts? At wide receiver, I think Miami is pretty good. The issue is going to be working on that chemistry with Cam Ward and those guys actually stepping up. So, like, I think that the right guys are there, but they are going to have to step up. Now, at defensive back, absolutely. Super concerned about the – I mean, yeah, that scares me a lot. I'm hoping that some of it can be offset with Guidry. I think that Guidry is a pretty good coach. I think he's a good game day coach. He's good with adjustments. He's good with the game plan and the scheme going in. But those guys have to make plays on the field, right? And there are some areas of concern. You're having to fill the shoes of Cam Kinchens, James Williams, some other guys. Wide receiver, like I said, I'm not super worried about, but DB, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely concerned about that. And there's still the opportunity to get some more additions. Exactly. Because it would be nice to bring in some more guys maybe that are proven, because we hype up these recruiting classes, but you guys know my take on that. The 2024 class is not going to make that big of an impact in 2024. They're just not. They're freshmen. They got to adjust to the college level. There might be one or two gems in there that earn immediate play time, but even then, you got to be ready to rock with those guys. They're going to make young guy mistakes. So I'm not super hyped on that. This year should be where we see the 2023 class take a leap. That's where those guys start to earn more playing time, and we see them getting more and more snaps on the field. 24 class, you know, locked on Canes with Coach Coop. No, it's no shot at them at all, man. It's no shot at them at all. I can't have people censor what I say. I can't. Way better progress than up in Gainesville. 9.5 win expected for year 3. That's progress. Yeah, and that is what they're saying. They have Miami at the wins at over under, I think, 9.5, which I think, again, is about accurate. Locked on Coop with Canes. I think that's accurate. I think about 9, like I said. So, should we open up the phone line, or, like, I think I've spoken my piece. A lot of people are just now tuning in, and we already made the list. We already showed the graphic image that we put together. We already talked about if you would buy the stock in the program right now. I mean, I gave my spiel. Like I said, I do think that Mario Cristobal has made positive progress with the Miami Hurricanes football program, but it's just been slow. It's been slow.
This is what it takes.
He doesn't operate on the fans' time, and no coach really does.
Class of 2024 is the best class in history. I mean, it has me in it.
Daytime Cheese, thank you for the $1 straight to the PayPal, by the way. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, my man. And I think, again, it's a situation where this is common sense, but it's just all the expectations over the years thrust upon Mario Cristobal. And we look at every little thing he does under a microscope, and we constantly nitpick it, and we want to win now, when the reality is that's most likely not happening. And when I say win now, I'm talking national championship. Would you consider going on with Dono? You and him would make a great team. Yeah, I have made an appearance on Locked on Canes. I've been over there. I think I've had Dono over here. Maybe I haven't. But I've been on Locked on Canes before. Yeah, so we'll still do the simulations. Yeah, we'll still do it. JoJo will be the superstar receiver in 24. It's possible. They are saying really good things about him. Yep. But like I said, I am pretty happy. I think that Miami is on track. It's just slow, man. It's just slow. We're not lucky enough. We're not fortunate enough to have someone come in and surprise 12-0, 11-1, year 1, year 2. It's just not going to happen. But as long as Miami keeps moving up each season, I'm okay with it. I'm not saying I'm happy, but I'm saying I'm okay with it. If 2024 ends up being 7-5 again, or 6-6, or we fall even as far back as 5-7, then that's a whole different story. Then we have major red alert issues. Something has gone terribly wrong. What's happening? But as long as Miami is climbing, as long as things are going up, that W column is a bigger number this year, and then it's bigger the next year, and it's bigger the next year, then I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. I'm okay. I'm okay. You know, I agree, Patty. Would love to see that no one is going to beat us attitude. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. It would be. But, you know, years of being mid-Miami. That's going to be the new thing. Everybody heard that here first, right? Mid-Miami. It's what Miami's been for a long time. Mid-Miami. And it's very tough to overcome that. It takes a lot of work. It does. South Florida doesn't have that level of patience, though, and that does play a bit of a part. Yeah, if 6-6 happens with that Charmin soft schedule, then, yeah, something bad happened. Yeah, we got to get out of the ACC. I agree. I don't know. Should I open it up? Should I open up the phone lines? has been irrelevant for so long, and unfortunately, I think the glory days are long gone. They are. They are. Don't wait around for them because they're not coming back. There's definitely a whole different mindset now as opposed to the glory days. Yeah, and like I said, that doesn't mean no national championship. I do think that's possible. But glory days type of run? Nah. Maybe we open it up. Like I said, I just want to know from you guys if you believe that the team is trending up. If you believe that positive progress has been made. And the reason why I thought this was a fun stream is because most people can't put 7-5 and positive progress in the same sentence. Even if you went from 5-7 to 7-5, people are still going to say that's not positive progress because it's not enough. 7 wins is not enough, and it's not. But it is positive progress. Miami's continuing to recruit at a high level, even though it's been a slow climb. Miami did get the number 1 ranked transfer portal quarterback. Miami did win more games than they did last year. It's positive progress. It is. Exactly. Very slow with big bumps. Big bumps. Slow. Positive progress. Yes. Did you break in the race truck yet? I haven't fully yet, Crip. It's been raining. It's been raining, bro, like crazy. It's been raining like crazy. Go Hokies. It's okay. You got to rep your squad. So what I'm going to do is I went through that way quicker than I thought. It only took me an hour. I thought it was going to take like 3. Let me open up the phone line, and I just want to ask some of you. I want to ask some of you that same question. Has Mario Cristobal made positive progress with the Miami Hurricanes football team? Yes or no? And I'm telling you, there are plenty of people that are going to say no. Plenty of people. Let me get it open. You see the number, 865-229-4131. First time we've opened it up since the season. And I mean, I didn't completely disrespect Virginia Tech. I had them, where did I have Virginia Tech? I had them middle of the road. I'm not sure which games I'm going to go to yet, Marquis. Not sure just yet. That would be a cool one to go to, right? I've never been I've never even been to Gainesville. I don't think. All right, we got it open, y'all. Phone line is officially open. We'll chop it up for maybe 20, 30 minutes. We'll keep it short, sweet, and to the point. All right. I'm waiting. It's open. Bryce, what's good, my man? I'm going to have to do a video on it because sometimes on stream it's hard for me to relay my thoughts since I can't edit this. You know what I'm saying? Like we're live, and like immediately after I hit end stream, I'll be like, crap, I meant to say this, or I meant to bring up this topic, and then I always get mad at myself. It's open. Maybe it's bugged. Is it hanging up on y'all? Got to come down for FSU. We're doing the Doak Takeover in 2025. Just so you guys know, Joel, big Florida State fan, big supporter on this channel. Joel has purchased 10 tickets for me in this community, specifically the Coach Coop community, to go to the Miami versus Florida State game in 2025, and he said it's the best seats in the house, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what he means by that, but yo, his man Steve.
Oh my God, I got it.
OMG, we got you in.
How you doing, Coop?
I'm doing all right. Trying to figure out how in the world to cover this topic without going completely off the rails here.
You know what's weird, Coop? I've got like a completely different view on it. Because, like, football is a very entertaining sport, right? So, like, the offense clearly drives a bunch of the narrative. But I feel like in order to dominate in the college football landscape, you need to have a rock-solid defense, and then you can just take, like, a mediocre offense. You know what I mean? Where it feels like I think 2017 was, like, the last time that our defense was honestly, like, genuinely cooking. And
right.
I think that's why we had success that year. And a lot of the time we want to, like, fire this offensive coordinator, fire this offensive coordinator, fire this quarterback. And it's like, yeah, but, like, the offense still put up 32 points in this game, but your defense let up, essentially 33. And that's why you lost. So I think that's should be a big point of contention. And I don't know if you've been seeing the heat as well on your side or anything for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be completely honest, and I know I said this earlier, but it kind of jump-started this a bit. My comment section on every video I post is, I would say it's safe to say it's probably a good 80% negative. Trash.
Oh, wow.
Mario Cristobal should be fired. Everything's bad. Burn it to the ground. It's terrible. There's no coming back from this. And it's funny. The reason why I wanted to say that is because a lot of it is people who were screaming 12-0 going into the 2023 season.
Yeah.
And I feel like that goes hand in hand, right? That's why I said I feel like a lot of times it's people that are pouting and people that have overhyped it, which I'm not telling people how to fan. That's fine. But I just feel like that they're upset because they hyped themselves up into believing that it's Mario Cristobal. This is the chosen one. This is the guy that played at Miami. We brought him in. It was impossible, Steve. It couldn't happen. We couldn't pry him from Oregon. He had whatever he wanted. And they were convinced that year one or year two was national championship. And then when it didn't happen, well, now it's everything's bad. It's all terrible. There's nothing good that's going to come out of this. When people that have tried to be a little more realistic with it are still pissed because it's 5-7 and 7-5. That's still ugly. But are saying, okay, but I see the progress here. I see the things that he's doing that are working over here. And, and like I said, we're trending up. I would buy stock in Miami right now. I would.
Yeah. Like if you look at it, if you look at it from this perspective, didn't like essentially what out of our last like 6 coaches, didn't like 5 of them play for us?
There's a huge look. Even when I went to like some of those VIP lunches and stuff, and I got to talk with some donors and some people that are behind the scenes people within the program, I understand. I do. But when I say there is a deep love, I'm talking just straight up, again, infatuated is the only word I know to use here, with people who have previously played at the U, it is insane. I mean, hey, I can't believe Guidry called that play on defense. We need to bring Ed Reed in here immediately. The running backs, he's not really hitting the hole hard enough. We're going to have to bring in, we got to bring Duke Johnson in here, and he's going to have to coach the running backs. It's always, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, you also got to realize this, that your passion is this YouTube channel. So you do open yourself up to that kind of conversations. But, well, I'm talking to, like, my friend on it every day, and, like, our conversations are just like, yeah, we suck.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't it's not my job to read YouTube comments all day. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like I think some of it just comes with the space where a lot of it's not necessarily noise, but it's just like it comes with the territory.
I think that's fair. That's true. But so then, let me just ask you then: Do you believe that Mario has made positive progress with the team?
Well, I mean, in the context of recruiting, yes. In context of the play on the field, I don't think it's been long enough to assess that.
Okay.
But like you're talking to a Manny Diaz truther though, so
So when would
I'm
be?
already
When
I'm
would
already
be
a
though?
little tainted. I'm a little biased here, but because like I didn't think Manny had to go. Like yell at me all you want, blame me all you want. I didn't like in my heart. I thought like give Manny like 2 more years. That's what I thought in my heart at the time.
Can I
But
be
it
can I
is
be
what it is.
completely honest with you?
What's up?
I'd probably have to agree with that. It was more, and everybody knows this. This isn't a secret. It was more so just taking advantage of the fact that they believed Mario was the chosen one since he previously played at Miami, had head coaching experience, which Manny did not have. And there was the scenario where, Mario needed to come down to the South Florida area to visit his mom, who unfortunately was sick at the time. And not saying they took advantage of that, but I just mean, hey, he's in town. You could have a quick conversation, whatever. And they felt like that was almost maybe this sounds extreme, but almost a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like, things may not line up the next time, right? Like, if you brought in a guy let's say it stayed Manny, and Manny went 11-1, but then for some crazy reason Oregon fired Mario. And we know they're infatuated with Mario. You can't really come in and fire Manny after going 11-1 to bring in a guy that Oregon fired. So they said, hey, right here, Diaz is the team is just in the middle right now. Let's go grab that guy that we're obsessed with because he played at Miami. We want him. He has head coaching experience. So then they did kind of do Diaz dirty. They did.
Do you think it has to do with the success that Mario's had? Because didn't Randy Shannon, Al Golden, Mark Richt, like they all played for Miami? No, or am I just misremembering?
What all names did you say? Sorry.
Randy. Am I saying the right name? Randy Shannon.
Yeah, Randy Shannon. Yeah, he coached here.
Al Golden. Mark Richt. I don't even know if I'm saying these names right.
No, you're fine. Yeah, they all coached here. They didn't all play here, however. But
like Larry Coker didn't play here, right? Like I don't think he played here.
Yeah, but it's still they definitely always they want to give priority to that. Anybody who has any, and it's part of why originally also that I wanted Lane Kiffin, because even though he's like a Florida guy, like his dad lives down in Florida, he's lived in Florida before, coached at other places in Florida, he didn't have ties specifically to Miami. I kind of wanted, I wanted fresh blood, somebody with a different
it's definitely
outlook.
A booster angle. There's definitely a financial incentive to be
yeah.
Hey, we got our own in here. You know what I mean?
And that's why I say, trust me, the people that are dumping money into the program are not happy with 5-7 or 7-5. But when I say that they're definitely willing to give Mario more time than they've probably given anyone else, that's extremely true.
But that's a positive though. Like that one sentence you just said is a positive. They're willing to give more time than they would others. Well, it's a problem in itself, but it is a positive.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, because again, if we go into year 3, let's 5-7, 7-5, 9-3, and then the fans say we got to get him out of here. That's not a national championship. Then we hit the reset button again. Then the next guy comes in and they say, okay, national championship or bust, or at the very least ACC championship or bust. And like we've always said, it's just the same cycle. So I agree. I mean, I think it needs to be 5 seasons before you can really evaluate it. And like I said, I would love to see 4 or 5 with the same OC and DC, so we're not swapping faces there in that department.
I wonder how patient like we're talking fan base wise. We're talking like your average Joe typing in your YouTube comments telling you about Kool-Aid, right? I wonder how patient we would be if we did not have that 2017 season. I wonder if like the taste of being undefeated going excuse me, into Pittsburgh, I wonder if that like everyone thought like, hey, we're right there, like get it done, like less patience for it.
Oh, and
you know what I mean?
Everybody remembers that image that they posted up of the mock college football playoffs, and they had Miami in there. Remember that?
Yeah.
I saw that. I can't remember who else was on it. It was Bama, Miami. Who were the other two teams? Somebody here remembers. And even just seeing that, it's like it and I get it, it triggered something in everybody's brain, like all the Miami fans.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point. That's true.
But like, let's be honest, like, do I fault someone for thinking that way? I mean, I can't say I do.
No, see,
like they have like kind of like a good reason to think that it's possible because they've witnessed it.
Yeah, and my thing is I don't want people to think that I'm playing fan police. I just always try to encourage people to, how do I put this? Because that might be their realistic expectations, right? So I always want to say, okay, you know, scream and yell ACC championship or natty or whatever, but keep those realistic expectations in the back of your head. But if they do truly believe that and that is their realistic expectations, I don't know what to say. I'm not sure. You know?
Yeah.
Huh. Speaking of, I should have asked this real quick, not to interrupt Steve, but like, has my mic been fine tonight? I saw a couple people complaining about it. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Is it choppy, staticky, weird? Now that we're 2 hours into the stream. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's been good? Okay, I made some adjustments to it, and a few people were complaining about it. Okay, only one person answered, so it must be pretty bad, Steve.
It didn't sound bad when I was on it, but like I said, I'm sitting in a hotel room right now with just a phone.
Fair.
So like I don't even have the stream pulled up anymore. So I was just praying. I was just calling you the whole time, praying I got through.
So as a recap, Steve believes there has been positive progress, and he is putting $10,000 on a Miami Hurricanes national championship in 2024.
No, that's such a loose word. You said, has there been any positives? Like, if you upgrade the food in the dining facility, I'll consider that a positive. Because remember, I'm in the military, so I think like strategically. So like any aspect of a plan can be considered positive. Like, I love what he's doing recruiting, and I love that he went out in the portal and found a quarterback. Now, in terms of coaching wise, like you got to take the knee, buddy. Like, I don't think it gets any more simpler than that aspect right there. You have to take a knee in that situation.
There is no pass for that. That's on him.
Like, I'm angry at Mario when he doesn't game manage correctly. If the offense sucks, I blame the offensive coordinator. Defense sucks, I blame the defensive coordinator. When he's telling his offense to run the ball when we should be taking a knee,
$20 for the great mic.
So from that aspect of him, that's my only frustration right now.
So then,
like, when he cleans that up, he'll have my good blessings.
If we let's play the hypothetical here. My personal opinion is that Mario Cristobal will always be a piss poor game manager and time and clock manager. Whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Then he shouldn't have that responsibility. He should hire someone to do it.
Is it possible to overcome that? And
yes, the NFL does it.
I don't mean for him. I mean, like, is the team capable of going all the way, factoring in that side of Mario, given that that's never going to change? It's just it's not going to change.
There's an NFL coach that does that. Like, he's like, I forgot like the meme, but like he's like such an idiot that he literally has someone to tell him how to coach. I think it was Washington's coach, like last season, whoever the coach was last season. Like, they literally have a guy on the sideline to tell him when to take timeouts. Like, you know
But-
what I mean? And if it's that simple, it's that simple. Like, if hiring a dude for $80,000 to tell Mario to take a fucking knee solves this program, then that's a lot more worth of an investment than going out in the nil transfer window and buying someone for $3 million. Like, you know what I mean?
But
like, it is a little embarrassing though.
because I was gonna say if he's the head man, and we basically have to hire a babysitter for him, then can't you kind of argue that we did hire the wrong guy?
I mean, I guess, yeah, but like, I mean, how many coaches in the NCAA and the NFL are honestly like perfect game managers? Now, don't get me wrong. I'd argue about 95% of the coaches in the NFL take a knee there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like every coach has its problems. Like, the Miami Dolphins coach has his problem. I don't even want to say his name because I'm a Jets fan. Like, Robert Saleh has his problems. Like, Shannon has his problems. Like, every coach has like something that they're weak at, whether it's like deficiencies on defense, deficiencies in offense, losing the player personnel, clock management. So like, if your biggest and only problem with Mario is something as simple as game management, then just suck it up and hire someone to fucking do it. Sorry, pardon my language. I
mean, I get it.
I forgot I was live for a second.
You're good. You're good. We're all cursing tonight.
I thought I was on Discord.
We're
a second,
mad.
my bad.
We're mad, Steve. It's
So,
okay.
like, you know what I mean? Like, screw the pride. Screw the pride. If that solves an issue, so be it.
No, he definitely won't do that. But
No, he won't.
maybe he should though. He should. But okay, Steve. Well, that's fair. I do agree that it is definitely a loaded question, and it'd be tough to answer it by typing as well because there's different angles you could take and so many variables and things at play. So that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, all right, man. Best of luck with the $10,000 bet on Miami winning the national championship in 2024. What were the odds on that?
Honestly, it's probably like negative 3,000 right now, or positive. It'd be positive, right? If we were favorite.
Positive. Yeah, positive. Yeah.
Because negative means it's like a good chance of happening. So yeah, I'd argue it's like positive 3,000, 5,000.
Ooh, okay.
So I mean, hey, you bet like $50, you walk away with bank.
Yeah, true.
What's $50?
And you got to put it on early like this. It's February. This is when you place your national championship bet for 2024 season. February. You want to make some money, right?
Yeah.
Hey. All right,
my dad did that once. It was 2011, 2012, one of those years. The one where Rex Ryan the first time he went to the AFC Championship game. My uncle that died of brain cancer, who's a Dolphins fan, went to Vegas and bet $100 on the Jets to make it to the Super Bowl. And if he would have won, if the Jets would have beat I think the Steelers, or it was Indianapolis that year. If that would have happened, that game, we would have won. We would have won $100,000, and my uncle said that he would have shared that with my dad too.
Dang, $100K.
Yeah, because like the first year that we did good, like we were expected to be last in the division. Like nobody was expecting that, and even like halfway into the season, we were something like, I forgot what it was. It was like 4-8 or 3-7, something like crazy bad. And then we just went on a run. But I'm
That's
done
wild.
talking about the Jets. I'm sorry.
That's wild.
Not on your channel.
Hey, well, Steve, I appreciate you hanging out with us for a bit tonight and calling in. And
all right, I'll be in the comments section.
All right, sounds good. We appreciate you, bro.
All right, see you, Coop.
All right, peace. Hey, my man Andrew, didn't want you to think that I missed you, bro, with the big 20. Now, I don't know that this is your first time super chat on the channel. I butcher names, Andrew. When I say I butcher them, let's be real, that's an understatement. It definitely is. So I'm not even going to attempt the last name. I think I could do it. I think I could do it. But I'm not even going to try it. Hey, I got you sitting atop your throne, my man. Andrew!
This is what it takes to wear you on the side of your helmet.
I appreciate you, bro.
Offensive playing calling has to get better. HB dive up the middle is our only running play. Mario's in-game decisions needs to improve. Still mad at GT loss. Go Canes, hooray.
All fair. All fair. Now, real quick, we'll address it. Number one fan of the U. Andrew, for real, thank you for that first time super chat, bro. You've been super active in the chat and everything, and I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. We just keep it real. That's what we do. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. It is what it is. But enjoy your time on top, Andrew. Number one fan of the U with the 10. Offensive play calling has to be better. Halfback dive up the middle is our only running play. Mario's in-game decisions need to improve. No lies there. No lies told. Still mad at the Georgia Tech loss. I still do believe this doesn't make up for, like, the run game, for instance, right? We're hyping up the offensive line, trenches, running back room is stacked with talent. But I do believe when it comes to a lot of the play calling on offense, I'm telling you, I do believe that so much of that was Tyler Van Dyke. I do believe that he limited the offense quite a bit. And the same goes for Emery because he was young. Same goes for Jakari. I think it's been very tough. Still no excuse. Still no excuse, though. If we're really going to find out here with Cam Ward coming in, and I swear, bro, I swear that if we come out, how many catches did we have amongst all of the tight ends again in 2023? It was 10 or less, right? 10 or less or 12 or less. I'm pretty sure I ran the numbers. I have the stats written down somewhere. If it's anywhere near that again in 2024, what's going on? If the tight ends are that bad at catching that we're scared to throw to them, then we're recruiting the wrong tight ends. If it's the quarterback just not seeing them and not getting them the ball, we got the wrong guy back there. If it's Dawson, somebody's going to have to smack that man upside the head and knock some sense into him. Because there ain't going to be any more tight end you. Got to get those guys more involved. Have to. Number one fan of the U, thank you for the 10, my man. I appreciate you. Miami has had one bowl win in 15 years. Like I said, mid-Miami. I don't shy away from it. Where's the picture? Where's the picture again? I'm not saying it to try to be a dick about it. Like, I don't want people throwing it up and saying Coop has so much hatred for Miami. But no, that's what I'm going to call Miami over the last 3-4 total coaches, including Mario Cristobal up to this point. Mid-Miami. They haven't accomplished shit. Like, no. And as I said, even though I was hyped up, I don't even really care about the ACC championship game since we couldn't even make it a game. I don't care about the circumstances going into it, whatever that might be. Screw it. I don't care. But no bad blowouts. Very true. As we said, what did we say? Positive progress. We didn't get our doors blown off in 2023. So now a lot of those games that are, hey, we're losing by 3, we're losing by 7, Miami needs to be winning those games. Got to be winning them. Cam's dropping 5K and 40 touchdowns. Those Heisman numbers, right? Those Heisman numbers, right? I know, and it'll be tough. Tight ends have to be more involved. Have to be. Whenever they were talking about that, when I was talking to Malik Rozier and Brevin Jordan, they believed that a lot of the success with Miami in 2017, and again, I mean, only losing one regular season game is pretty successful. I mean, Miami fans would love to go 11-1 this year. They just talked about how simple the offense was. They said that it was so just uber simple, and they just beat it into their brains, and the repetition of just running it over and over and over again, that they felt so comfortable with it they didn't feel like anyone could stop it. It wasn't overly complex. It was super simple, and it provided some freedom to the quarterback when it came to making changes and things. Like, you need a guy back there that can read a defense. So many people talked about TVD and his struggles against the zone specifically. So it's interesting, right? You don't have to run some super overly complex offense. I know that they said that was a big factor in why they believed that Miami was successful in 2017. Cardiac Canes making the ACC championship run. And it was interesting to hear that from a player perspective. Somebody who played the position and actually played on the team. Lethal simplicity is a lie. Don't let it tempt you like a siren to the deep. One running back had more catches than the entire tight end room. That is true. That is true. Yep. I saw another one up here. Yeah, Katie again. Mario's arrogance and ego won't allow him to admit his shortcomings. For a coach that's lifetime 79 and 80, he sure thinks he's hot doo-doo. We got to get Mario on here sometime. We have to get Mario on here. What's your opinion on not playing UNC this year? I'm rather upset about it. I'm very upset because I would like to beat Mac Brown before Mac Brown leaves North Carolina, and the clock is ticking. Have you seen that man recently? Ain't a whole lot of time left. So it's unfortunate, I mean, maybe they make a run and we see them in the ACC championship game, I don't know, JD. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess let's get it open back up. I said I was only going to stream until about 11, and it's already 10:50. I just don't feel like I'm driving home my point during this stream. I really think I'm going to have to do like a little series and break it down and try to put some stuff out there after I've made some notes and I can edit things and really think it through. Like, I hope this has made some sense tonight. I hope that it's given you something to think about. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just off tonight. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm really not just driving home my point. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. There's always going to be people with different opinions. I'm not trying to get you to agree with me. I just feel like I'm not necessarily giving you an adequate amount of info to back up my point of view. I should have came better prepared, I feel like. UNC ran out of first-round quarterback talent. We're going to see how they do. I need more Kool-Aid? No, sir. There's not even going to be a Kool-Aid packet in this house in 2024. Green Arrow, what's good, man? What's good, bro? Good recruiting, having a stable coaching staff, and players not doing penalties is a stable foundation in the next 2 seasons. This rebuild is the Alabama program. Okay. That's certainly a take. Definitely a take. Okay. I mean, again, I firmly believe that consistency to an extent is key. I mean, I wouldn't argue that if, let's say, Josh Gaddis and Kevin Steele were still here. I do not want consistency there. Get both of those guys out of here. Hope the door hits you on the way out. Just being real. But I think that Dawson and Guidry are a decent enough combo. Both have a lot to learn. Both have a ton to prove. Areas that they have got to be better. But it was their first season at Miami. First season with this, set of players. And you've also got to think about coaching chemistry amongst the coaches. And keeping those guys here for at least 3 to 5 years, I think would be huge. As long as, again, Miami doesn't see a massive decline. Then maybe we have a different conversation. Boom. Right there. I agree. I would like 5 full years. There's no way that'll happen when you factor in position coaches, like the entire coaching staff, because there's always going to be guys that get poached. But the core group, I would like to see that as well. A Kool-Aid snorting Coop shirt would be fire. You know what? I'm going to write that down right now. I'm literally writing it down right now. Hold on. This is a $1 million idea, Steve. Shirt of Coop snorting Kool-Aid. Fantastic idea. I owe you that. I owe you that, Steve. Amazing. You are getting your point across. You're just not being a homer. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, Katie. Like I said, I just, it's been a long time since I've had this feeling in a stream, but I didn't come as well prepared. And I want to throw more numbers out there. I'm a numbers guy. I want to give you guys more numbers to back up my stuff. But like I said, I keep just repeating myself, but I am positive. I see the progress. And I do think Miami continues to climb. But it's going to be slow, and a lot of you are going to be pissed off about it. Me too. Me too. But progress is being made. It is. Billy Napier or Mike Norvell? Who you taking? Keep it real. Oh, people are not going to like this, but Mike Norvell. Billy Napier is... I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real.
This is what it takes.
And I can't stand Mike
to
Norvell.
wear to you.
But Billy Napier is
side of your
next
helmet.
level, bro.
Hey, Co-op, put that Seminole head where it belongs, lol.
Oh, my. Joel, I have to show you something. Joel, I found something in my closet today. Wait a minute, did you mean to put, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Joel Davis. Y'all clap it up for my man Joel. 199.99. And honestly, I have to say this. I'm thankful for Joel because Joel could have taken that $199.99 and put that towards the Doak Campbell renovations. But he decided to support a Miami Hurricanes YouTuber instead. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joel. I was already telling the stream that you were talking about the seats. How good are these seats going to be in 2025, Joel? While I go get the thing I want to show you that I found today. Sit you atop your throne up there. Let's make you nice and large. Large and in charge, Mr. Joel Davis. I was telling them about the seats. I told them that we're going to make it happen. You're a man of your word. And some people weren't so sure about it. And I said, trust me, it's Joel. Trust me. He's got us. He says he's got seats for 2025. Going to make it happen. It's going to be sick. We're going to take over Doak Campbell Stadium. We're going to get a dub. Tell him, Joel. Tell him. I'm going to show you what I found in my closet real quick. Hold on. I need everyone in here to promise me something before I show this. Nobody better clip this out of context, and nobody better share this on social media because this could ruin me. I'm serious. I need confirmation. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard me. I'm serious. I won't show it. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard what I just said. No sharing this on the internet. No clipping it. No posting it anywhere because this could ruin me. This could ruin my life. Come on. I won't show it. I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it. There's not enough ones. I'm not doing it. You guys are going to crap your pants when you see the seats. I'm telling you guys, I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know how we're going to choose the 10 or the 8 or 5 or however many it was, Joel. Are we're gonna do like some kind of raffle, or we're going to have people fight to the death over them? I'm not really sure. We'll get together. Joel and I will get together and we'll lay out the details. But we're going to do I really think we should do like infiltrating enemy territory type videos. Like, I'm going to find a way to get into Doak Campbell Stadium, and we're going to go to midfield and we're going to throw up the U. Like, 2025 is going to be crazy. 2025 is going to be crazy. And I'm telling you that Joel has hooked us up, and you want to stick around because I'm going to find a way. We're going to get the Canes family, and we're going to go to Doak Campbell in 2025. Is it the Champions Club? I don't know. I don't know where it's at, but he says they're sick. He says they're sick. If Miami beats Florida game 1, I throw in a limo for the night before. Guys, we're going to be riding in style. We're going to have amazing seats, and we're going to get to witness Miami beating Florida State on their turf in 2025. Let me show you. Let me show you what I found in my closet, Joe. I'm going to put these on first before I show it. Damn, I swear, if anybody shares this on the internet, you're banned. Below champion level, they are better than 2025 is going to be wild. Okay. I found this in my closet, and I have no idea where it came from. I am not lying to you. I don't know how it got there, and I don't know how long it's been in there.
This is what it take to wear the U
Where'd this come
on the
from?
side of your helmet.
Co-op, you said you would save me one of those seats when Joel made that bet.
Which one of you put this in my closet? Who broke into my home in the middle of the night and put this in there? Because it wasn't me. I was organizing it. I was trying to clean up. And I said, why is there something red in my closet? Orange, green, maybe alternate uniform. We could say black, maybe even gray, smoke gray in the Nike days. What is this, trash? What is this? Why is this in my closet? I'm serious. I'm serious. I have no idea. I don't golf. No, I suck at golf. I don't golf. No. So, do not put that on the internet. Do not. What do you think of that, Joel? Somebody said it was an old logo. Yeah, it says Callaway on the back. So who in the family golfs? Nobody. It's a family of a bunch of uncoordinated. Nobody. No. Nobody. Melissa did it. You and Op. No, sir. No, sir. Some aliens. That, honestly, me being a closet Florida State fan is far less likely than aliens planting that hat in my closet. I'm serious. You're too lazy to drive to Tennessee. It ain't you. You vomited in your mouth. Yep. Joel said that those of you that get to go will be so close to the players you'll be able to touch them when they come out of the tunnel. Coop got to go to Gainesville. You gotta. It's probably pretty lit, isn't it, Andrew? I'm guessing that Gainesville is pretty crazy. Being in the swamp, I bet that's a crazy environment. I really bet it is. Doodoo, my man, look.
This is what it
Doodoo
takes
and I sat together
you
for the
on the
Clemson
side of
game
your helmet.
last year. Doodoo's coming.
This clown took. Don't be a fan later, seriously.
Steve, thank you for the 2. I don't know who did it. Carl did it when you left him out in the cold. My gosh. I've got you some cool Miami merch coming up, Coop. I nearly vomited trying to buy it. Well. We need to get Joel a shirt. We need to get, hold on, let's look. I know we're just small talking at this point. I think I've spoke my piece. Hold on. We really should get Joel rocking one of these, don't you guys think? Which one do you think Joel would look best in? If you don't know who Joel is, he is a diehard, ride or die Florida State fan. We could give him the Don't Be a Fan Later, Sebastian. It's got to be something with Miami on it. Like Garbage Can Coop T is funny, but then he could spin that as Miami sucks because Coop's in the garbage can. I don't think we should do that one, though. I think the Don't Be a Fan Later, or maybe like the one with Mario's face on it. Maybe one with Mario's face on it for Joel. I don't know. We'll think about it. We need to make something happen, though. That's for sure. We'll make something happen. But yeah, hey, Doo-Doo. You've always shown me love. I'm going to show you love. It's going to be experience unlike anything we've ever experienced before. Getting to infiltrate enemy territory, have the best seats in the house, and then beat them at their house. We might have to get security. Joel, do you have security? We might have to have like a little entourage because we're going to get attacked. We're going to be talking mad trash. It's going to get crazy. You should come meet up at the Louisville game. That's going to be a fun game. That's definitely going to be a fun game. You're curious who your QB will be in 25 too? Miami's going to be in the same boat. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting after spring for Miami. Let me ask you guys this. Who do you think QB2 will be in 2024 for Miami? Is Reese Poffenbarger going to jump Jakari? Is Jakari going to really take hold of that number 2 spot and say, I'm that guy if Cam Ward goes down? Because there's a chance where maybe he gets a little banged up, gets the wind knocked out of him. QB2 has got to come in and make a play. Who is it going to be? Is Emory? Emory should be healed up in time. Is it going to be Emory? Is he going to jump Jakari? If Jakari gets jumped and he ends up 3 or 4, even though he made those comments on the podcast, would he leave? Reese? Brown? Emory? Who's number 2? That's the big question because everybody knows it's Cam Ward for number 1. Everybody knows that. It's no debate. Number 2 is the big debate. I know Brandon's a Jakari fan. This goes back to last year, Brandon. Don't think I forgot that. I hope he can win it. I do. Definitely want Jakari second. I mean, he's got the most experience. We did lose the bowl game, but he did get playing time in it. Reese is going to be coming in, and it's going to be his first year in Dawson's offense. So it's going to be fun to watch. Bryce says straight up, it's going to be JB11. Emory better not leave. I think Emory's all Miami Hurricane. The scenario, if I hadn't have heard those comments from Jakari, would make me think Jakari would possibly leave if he got jumped by Reese or Emory for the QB2 spot in 2024. Because if that happens, then you have a scenario in 24 where if he's still QB2 or 3, he's not even going to get to start a full season in college football. Like, think about it. That's no hate. Everybody always takes my Jakari comments way out of context. He's been at Miami this long. If he still can't even be the number 2 guy in 2024, if I was him, I would bounce. But he made those comments and said he's ride or die. He's staying. So, yeah, Daytime Cheese. Like I said, we'll get you in there. We'll get you in there, bro. Katie says Jakari. Okay. Emory is the shit, but Poff will be. Poff is a baller, bro. He is. He is. Everybody noticed that Coop talks big until that hat is on the line. Me and this hat have seen some things, Joel. Me and this hat have definitely seen some things. I have an alternate version. I do have an alternate version, Joel, but I don't think you'll accept that. I don't. Where do I have that? Hold on. We have the alternate. I've just never wore it. There are almost none of these left in existence, by the way. I'm not downplaying that. They don't make them anymore. They're no longer sold in stores. You either got one or you didn't. I have this one. Bryce has one. Yep, there are not very many of these, Joel. Or wear the Seminole hat for one whole show. We'll figure out something. We'll figure out something. Oh gosh. Imagine the stuff that'll come out if Reese Poffenbarger plays well at Miami. There's so many nicknames and stuff he could earn. The Poffmeister. What is it? There's some good ones. You'd pay $100 for that 5 and counting hat. Well, heck far. Let's start the bidding. You thought it was a cod hat? Poff Daddy. Poff Daddy's another one. I guess, Steve, you might have been the only phone call. I might open it up for like one or two more. Jakari looks like Perry. They're kind of built similar. He's got a little more muscle on him than Perry, but I could kind of see that. A tad lanky, maybe a little bit, you know. They'll redshirt Emery, JB, or Puff. Yeah. Again, it's going to be interesting to watch. That number 2 spot is what everybody's going to be keeping an eye on in the spring for sure. But yeah, it's going to be real 2025, man. I'm going to do, if Joel is cool with it, I would like to do some content with Joel. I don't know if Joel wants to be on camera or not, though. We've not discussed this. So I think it would be pretty awesome if we could find some kind of way that we could get Joel in the content in 2025, especially Florida State week. We'll see. That's up to him. Poff the Magic Ibis. I like it. It has an opportunity, and I don't think Reese will downplay this. I think he's going to make the most of this opportunity, and I'm telling you, he's going to battle it out for that number 2 spot. He really is. Will Joel play college football 25? I don't know if he's a gamer. JB hasn't shown me much of anything. Emery is a baller. He puts it all on the line. True. I mean, JB, you'll have to fight. He'd have to earn it for sure. Tropical. We're just small talking at this point, just because I like hanging out with the college football family. We're just small talking Tropical. I don't even think that I've specifically talked about any of my discussion points for the last half hour. FSU finna 4-peat? The 4-banger? I don't know, man. Do you guys think Florida State's going to be good this year? Like, be honest. Okay, Joel, we got to run it on the new college football game. Do you guys think Florida State's going to be good, yes or no? Don't say no just because you're a Miami fan. Give me an honest answer. Do you think they're going to be good? Steve says no. FSU sucks. Nick says yes. There's a reason Alabama came for Norvell. I think there's going to be a drop-off. My thing is I personally, there's a lot of Florida State fans in here, so I want to be very, make sure I say it loud and clear. I do think there will be a bit of a fall-off. I do not think Florida State goes undefeated in 2024. I think that 2023 was their shot at the playoffs, even with the extended playoffs coming up. However, I've already said this, so it's not a surprise. I do think that they will probably be good enough to push for the ACC championship game. But it won't be like they were this last season when they had Jordan Travis, they had Benson. I don't think it's going to be quite to that level. I don't think so, but I don't know. Meet us in the ship. We've all said this before that I would love for it to be heated. Like, imagine if the ACC championship game was a rematch of Miami and Florida State. You know how freaking sick that would be? You know how awesome it would be to be in a situation where they're like, whichever one of these teams wins is in the college football playoffs. It's Florida State or it's Miami. That'd be massive. Can you imagine how crazy of an environment that would be at that game? It's already heated enough when we play at Hard Rock or Doak. So imagine ACC championship game with potential college football playoff appearance on the line, Miami versus Florida State. I'd love it. I'd love it, man. The trash talk would be off the charts. You should bring on Kenton Gibbs and Candace Cooper. I'm going to try to bring on a lot more guests this season, and not even just Miami fans or Miami players or recruits, but also from other teams even potentially. Some people may not like that, but I'm going to try. FSU will lose a game or two next season. Hopefully one of them will be at homecoming. True. If the ACC were better, we could play 3 times. Wouldn't that be something? You play in the regular season. You play in the ACC championship game, but even the loser makes it into this expanded playoffs, and then you end up playing again. Dang. That'd be crazy. That would be something. Have you eaten any tacos today? No, but my wife offered to make some before the stream, and I wasn't hungry. So I could have. So is Louisville and Clemson. I agree. Miami game does have me nervous. I mean, I think if any Florida State fan comes on here this early and says that they're not even a little concerned about the Miami game, I don't know what they're smoking, Joel. They're way too cool for me because Miami versus Florida State, there would always be some worry on either side. We'll talk mad trash, but there's always going to be some concerns there. It's Miami and Florida State. Yeah, it is going to be interesting, Cypher.
This is what it takes.
This first year it's going to be fun, man. We're going to get to all experience it together. It's going to be fun.
Doak is a great time to be honest. We need stability. I'm okay with slow progress. My issue is sideline Slate with his unimaginative playing, calling, and dumb mistakes for $8 million a year. He must improve that area. Check your email. Spam for cheesecake.
You're not wrong, Tucci. You're not wrong, Tucci. Unfortunately, yeah, I've already said I think that never changes with Mario. I think Mario is who he is, and I think that we will put up with some dumb, silly mistakes from him, and it probably cost us at least 1 game a season. But I have to hope that the offensive and defensive play calling and athleticism and talent on the field can overcome it enough to only let it cost us 1 game per season, and we can try to win 11. You know what I'm saying? Tucci! Thank you for the Big 10 straight to the PayPal, my man. I'll check because I haven't seen it. Maybe I did miss it. Send me one more if you don't care. I know that's probably annoying. And just type cheesecake in all caps for the title, the subject. Because somehow I've missed it. Somehow I've missed it if you sent it. Doo-doo. So, I mean, I guess that's it for me. Again, if you're just now jumping in, because I'm seeing a bunch of people jump in all of a sudden, we spent the first hour of the stream going over everything about how I feel about the positive progress. We chopped it up for a bit. Apparently, I'm madly in love with Steve and only took his phone call while he's bored at a hotel currently. I don't know how that ended up happening, but that's how it happened. So, Steve, you're welcome. Exclusive, only caller of the night. But I have to be up kind of early tomorrow to do some work. So I should probably wrap the stream up. And like I said, I'm gonna do some videos discussing this because I didn't even cover a lot of this. I mean, this was what I put together before the stream. I didn't even cover most of this, so I'll do some videos going a little more in depth, and please feel free to sound off on those. And that's it, man. Positive progress has been happening slowly but surely. And Miami's just got to keep grinding. Got to keep working. Got to keep pushing. And, Mario doesn't operate on the fans' timeline. But trust me, he feels the heat. He sees it. He sees the criticism. He's aware of it. He knows. And keep holding Mario and the rest of the coaching staff and the program as a whole accountable. Keep pushing. But as I always say, and as I'll say this time as well, for your own mental health and sanity, if you want a tip, try to keep an ultra-realistic timeline in the back of your mind. You'll thank me later. My expectation is a national championship, but my realistic one is back here, and I'm like, yeah, but it's probably going to be this. Like I said, you'll thank me. Trust me, you will. You'll DM me and you'll be like, Coop, you were so right. Like, Miami lost yesterday, and I said 12-0, but I knew in the back of my head they were going to drop a couple games. I'm just chilling on this Sunday afternoon, eating some leftover pizza. Life is good, bro. Try it out. My man,
This is what it take
the closest thing
to
out.
wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Show me the FSU hat one more time.
Joel, what hat are you talking about? What hat? This isn't. This isn't Florida State, Joel. What are you talking about? Florida State hat? Guys, I don't know what he's talking about. There it is. I'm going to wrap it up. My man, Joel, for real. Shout outs to everybody for the love tonight. Number one. He was number one. Yay. Joel, $199.99. $99.99. Tucci with the 10. His man Steve with the 2. Daytime Cheese with multiple donos straight to the PayPal. Number one fan of the U with the 10. Andrew with the first time super chat with the 20. I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed this. Last thing. I know I've been prolonging the end here. I want to make it a point to go live every Friday or Saturday or both minimum always. So I was MIA for like 6 weeks or so there, and I missed hanging out with y'all. I've said this time and time again, but, you know, sometimes my mental health is not in the best place, and this always helps me a lot. So I really do truly appreciate it if you take time out of your night to hang out in some of these streams. They should happen at the very least every single Friday unless something crazy happens. I don't care. We'll go live if I have no topic, and I'll just title it, Let's Talk Miami Hurricanes and College Football. And whatever topics you put in the chat, we'll just discuss it. We will come up with something. We will. And I know spring ball is around the corner, so there'll be a lot to talk about in that. The simulated season will be coming up in a couple months, plus with the announcement of it being official with the EA Sports College Football 25, I'm also going to be playing viewers in live streams. So we'll do the simulated season, the Coop Plays version, and then probably on like Sundays or something, I'm going to play you guys. So if you guys want to run it, we can jump on Discord. We can trash talk each other. You can pick your favorite team. I'll pick the Miami Hurricanes, obviously, and we'll play. And you'll have an opportunity to showcase your skills in front of this entire college football community. So there's so much exciting stuff coming up. But I do want to make it a point, February, March, April, May, every Friday, you should see my face on here unless something crazy happens. And we'll hang out for at least a couple hours. We got to make it happen. We got to do it. It's too much freaking fun, man. I don't know the details yet, Day. I don't know the details just yet. But for real, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you very much. You smoking me on 25. Let's get it. Let's get it, because right now it's all talk. You do know that on the Coop Plays version, I was just pretending to be bad, right? I was just pretending, right? Okay. All right. I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Joel's sitting atop his throne. I'm out of here. Enjoy your Saturday tomorrow. I will be outside trying to drain poop water out of my septic tank. Because it's full. It's full, literally. It's full. So be thinking of Coop. Trying to figure out a way to drain poop water himself to save himself money. Love you guys. My man, Workforce. We're getting out of here, bro. We're literally playing the outro. But thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate the love, my man. Thank you. Enjoy your Saturday, bro. Did you put up the Sebastian gift yet? I have not yet, but I do plan on doing it. I will do it. You guys know what to do. Come on. Joel, Nick, give me a big old go, Canes. You go. I love y'all. I'll see you soon.